Hello everyone, I hope you are having a great start of the week. Today I have a new fun video for you. My friend, my crafty BFF Alma, who is Sintang Mayumi here on YouTube, we have decided to do a card collaboration challenge. A few days ago we were talking and we decided to choose one stamp set that we both own from our stash and make 3 cards out of that stamp set. This is gonna be our first time to do this, and so please bear with us. So it's a one stamp set, 3 cards collaboration with Sintang Mayumi. This is going to be fun because it will show our different styles or similarities, some techniques and ways to personalize our cards. So for our first collaboration video, we chose to use Avery L's Bonjour stamp and die set. As you can see, this is a super cute stamp set, and I have also the coordinating die, and it's from an old release from Avery L, and of course one of the oldest and most loved stamp in my stash. So this will be a 3 card video. If you have any questions with the supplies I've used in this video, just comment down below so I can respond to you as soon as I can. So I'm so excited to do this, so let's start. So for my first card, I will create a background using watercolor. So here I'm using the Prima Watercolor Confections Pastel Dreams, and I'm just creating a striped background, and using a C6 die I'm gonna create a window to do a shaker card, and I'll be using transparency from, I think that's from Graphics. So I'm just attaching the window, attaching it to the window so I can make a well for my shaker card. Now that I have attached the transparency film to the card base, the card panel that I did, I'm gonna stamp the sentiment. I'm gonna make this a birthday card. So in here I'm using a mini Misty to stamp on my sentiment, and I'm using a VersaFine Onyx black ink, and I'm gonna try to emboss it with black embossing powder to make it a little bit shiny. So right here I'm just putting the embossing powder on, and then I'm gonna heat set it with my heating gun. This time I'm just gonna create a well around the window using foam tape. And now I'm ready to start stamping, my favorite part. I'll be using some dewdrops from Memento. So my colors are, ink pads are up there. I'm gonna show all the colors on the screen. And I'm just doing the outline first and then the solid stamp. So as you can see here, I double stamp sometimes so to achieve a nicer shade of color, like a darker one, or to even out all the inks in the image. So I'm gonna make 3 macarons here, and it's easy to line up if you have the stamping platform, but you can also use your blocks if you don't have the stamping platform. Now I'm ready to cut it out with the coordinating die. And here I'm just showing you, I had fun making a lot of those. And here I'm just applying Spectrum Noir sparkle pen with the clear one around the macarons to make it a little shiny. And then this one is my favorite, Studio G glitter glue, and I'm just applying it in the middle to create a bit of dimension on the middle part. I love this glitter glue. It doesn't clog up or anything like that, so I really love that one. I'm showing it again. So after the glitter glue is dry, I can now put sequins in the well that I have made. I'll be using a powder tool just to remove the adhesive from the sides, and then now I'm gonna scoop out some sequins into the well. So I'm just using sequins from my stash. I think I got those from Michael's. I'm just mixing different colors that coordinates with the macarons that I use. Once I fill that in, I am now ready to attach the back of the shaker part. So in here I'm just removing the adhesive and then attaching the back part. And then shake it. I love the sound that it makes. And now I'm just attaching the 3 macarons on the side using a glossy accents. Attaching it on top of each other. And once it's dry, I have this pre-made Nuvo drops that I did. I'm gonna show it right here. There you go. And I'm using the clear ones. I think it's I don't remember the name, but it's a new jewel drop, and I just dried it overnight and then attached some of I think 3 drops on the card. So card number 1 is done. I love interactive cards like this. So for card number 2, I'll be using the smaller images of the macaroon, and here I'm just showing you the 6 colors that I chose. So here I'm just adding sparkle again using the Spectrum Noir sparkle pen and the glitter glue. And while that's drying, I'm gonna start with my card base, which is Simon Says Stamp Audrey Blue cardstock. Eco Park, I got a paper from Eco Park 6x6 Party Time. I'm just gonna cut out and then that one is the corrugated paper that I'm gonna use as a box, and I'm just cutting out the panel right there, the polka dot panel from the Eco Park paper pad. And this one I'm just cutting the top part of my box that I will attach to the corrugated paper. So after that one, I'm gonna use my Martha Stewart scoring board and my Teflon bone folder to create lines. I'll try to create an illusion of a box so I can put the macarons in there. So I'm just here scoring the Audrey Blue cardstock. Then I'm gonna fold it. This is where I'm gonna attach the paper from the corrugated paper from DCWV. So here I'm just showing you how it looks like, and then I'm gonna use a ribbon from my stash and just attach it to the box. I'm attaching it with regular tape right there to secure it. So there, and then I'm gonna use a corner punch, 1/2 inch around the corners of the top box. There you go. And in here I'm just stamping the ribbon image from the stamp set, and I'm just gonna heat set that after I stamp it, and then I will attach it to the middle of the box where the ribbon is. So I'm just heating it up and then cut it out with a coordinating die. And of course I'm gonna put some sparkle again, and then using a glue dot, I'm just gonna put it in the middle. Using the Avery L dotted border die, I chose the scallop border. I'm gonna cut out the pattern paper I got from Eco Park, the polka dot, and then this one will be attached on the top portion of my card panel. I mean the card base. And at this time I'm gonna put the sentiment, the thank you for being so sweet sentiment on the bottom, using VersaFine ink and the black embossing powder to make it shiny. And now I'm gonna attach the pattern paper on the top portion of my card base using glue. So while waiting for that to dry, I'm gonna attach the macaroons now on the corrugated paper. I'm putting removable adhesive so I can adjust the macaroons. I'm gonna show here how I do that one. So I'm gonna put 6 images of the macaroons there. I'm just showing you how it will fit on that top box, the Audrey Blue cardstock. So here I'm just trying to figure out how I can put everything in there, the 6 of them, and then I'm gonna adjust. Since it's removable, the adhesive, I can just play around with it. Now that it fits, I'm just putting regular tape on the back, and then I'm gonna put foam tape, so it has dimension. Also on the top of the box, I'm gonna put a bit of foam tape also, just so it has like a dimension and it looks like an open box of macaroons. That's how it's gonna look like. And now I'm just putting the foam tape and adhesive on the back of the box. That's the top part of the box. A very thin foam tape. Now I'm gonna attach it to the card base. So card number 2 is done. I had so much fun making this. And in here I'm just gonna show you, I'm putting enamel dots from Echo Park as well that I got from Tuesday Morning. So it's a sweet thank you card. There, it's done. I'm just showing you the dimension of the card. That's it. So for card number 3, I'm using the leftover Audrey Blue cardstock and some pattern paper again from that Echo Park 6x6. This time I'm gonna do a slider card. So I'm showing you that I had the transparency again and some 110-pound cardstock from Recollections. So that's a die from Art Impressions, slider die. So this is the slider card that will like create a magic slider. I think that's what they call them. So now I'm just gonna do the stamping first on the transparency. I'll be using a Stays On black ink. Stays On ink is designed for use on plastic, metal glass, ceramic, laminated paper, coated paper, or any other slick surfaces like the transparency I'm using. Now that it's positioned, the stamp set is positioned properly, I can do both the stamping of the transparency and the white cardstock. So it's gonna be easier lining it up on both papers. I mean both the transparency and the cardstock. So I'm just making sure that I'm wiping off the Stays On first, and then putting on the Memento Tuxedo black ink on the cardstock. So here I'm just stamping 4 macaron images, alternating the Stays On and the Memento. So here I'm just finishing up both of the cardstock and the transparency stamping. So here I'm going to show you that it's aligned perfectly. This is a birthday card, so I'm gonna use a Simon Says stamp set. I'm gonna get a candle image so I can put it on top of the macaron. So I'm just gonna do the same. The stays on ink first, and then the memento on the white cardstock. Now to color the images on that white cardstock, I'm gonna use the same colors from Memento, Dewdrops. The colors are, the ink pads are on the top of the screen. So I'm just gonna color them, the pink, the blue, the yellow, and the green. So same thing, I'm gonna be stamping once or twice to have a clear image, an even out image. So it's really easy with the Misty stamping tool. And to color the candle, I'm matching up the color of that cardstock, the Audrey Blue cardstock, using a Copic marker. I think that's a BG13. And I'm gonna be using a Jelly Roll pen, both the gold and the clear one. This one I'm gonna put in the middle of those macarons to make it shiny. And of course I'll add also Spectrum Noir sparkle pen, the clear for the macarons. So once that's dry, I'm ready to attach the transparency image to the slider die cut that I did earlier. So I'm using a double-sided tape to attach that transparency image. So now that I have attached the transparency image to that slider die cut, I'm just cutting off the excess on top of the transparency film. And then now I'm ready to attach also the colored image at the back of the transparency image using double-sided tape as well. So here I'm just making sure that it's lined up properly, both the transparency image and the colored image. And here I'm just getting a blank white cardstock that will be in the middle of both the images. So when you slide it up and down, it will show the colored image. It will be like a magic slider card. There. And then I'm using Momenta dies. I'm gonna be getting the happy die. And then from Hero Arts, the birthday sentiment. And here I'm just getting some ribbon from my stash so I could add it on to the blank white cardstock. So I'm just putting that in. So I'm gonna show you at this time I'm just gonna attach that slider thing on my pattern paper that I got from Eco Park. I'm just adjusting it to where I want it to be. Of course, the sentiment, I already attached the happy to the birthday sentiment. Now I'm just putting adhesive onto the sentiment, a happy birthday sentiment. With the happy die cut, I did 4 of those and stack it on top of each other so it will create dimension. And then from my stash again, it's a Bow Bunny sequin mix. So I'm just gonna choose like 3 colors that will coordinate with the macaroons. I love this sequin mix from Bow Bunny that I got from Tuesday morning. It's a flat sequins with no holes in the middle, and it's really sparkly. So now my third card is done. I'm just gonna attach it to a white 110-pound version of Recollections white cardstock, top folding. And here I'm just showing you how it slides up and down to show the colored image. So I love making these interactive cards like this. So I hope you guys love it too. So those are the 3 fun cards I made. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making the cards. Please head on over to Sintang Mayumi's channel and watch her take on this 1 stamp 3 cards collaboration challenge. Thank you for watching and see you again soon. Bye!